Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new week of Halloween spooky stories. In this week, we'll read a fanfiction called Foxy's Life. That's right, this story is based on another horror video game called Five Nights at Freddy's. It has 38 chapters and 120 pages. It's written by co-author writer Kaylee, and its description says as follows. Foxy has had some struggles in his life, including the bite of 87. When she scratches a girl, Kate Heston, across her left forearm with his hook by accident, Kate tried to tell people what happened, but nobody believed her. So she hides her scar under sleeves. Then one day, she gets a job as a security guard at the pizzeria. She gets closer to Foxy, and her friend Nico gets closer to Freddy. She later got a job as a waitress at the pizzeria. How will everything turn out? Are you all ready to begin? Let's do it. Chapter 1. It was a wonderful day at the pizzeria called Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. It was 1987, and the children were having fun, and the parents smiling as they watched their children laugh and eat their pizza. The mascot, Freddy Fazbear, was singing up on stage. Bunny the Bunny played his guitar, and Chica serving pizza and making the children happy. But there was one more little mascot. He was one of the most known out of them all. The children loved him. He was a pirate fox. He was red and around 4 to 5 feet tall. He had around 2 or 3 shows each day. He wore 10 pants on his legs and a hook on his right hand, as well as an eye patch on his right eye. Foxy the pirate fox. He loves his job, even though he's an animatronic like the others and isn't supposed to have human emotions. He was different. Foxy looked out on his curtain at Pirate's Cove. He saw all of the children having pizza. 2 girls on their own in one table right next to the doors. One blonde and the other red-headed. The blonde one inspired him. She came once every week. She always came for her birthday for the last 2 years. 1 week is her next birthday, and she'll be turning 10. The red-headed girl came with her every birthday and often comes with her every 2 weeks. She was her best friend. He came out of the cove and started walking to the girls. Many kids waving and saying hi as he passed by. The blonde girl looks at her as he approaches. She gets a smile on her face and stands up from her chair. That's How's everything be going? Says Foxy as he looks at her. The girl still smiles, and she replies, Hi, Foxy. Everything is great. How are you? Foxy's eyes widen, and he smiles. I be doing fine. I've been wondering what your name is. The girl giggles. My name is Kate. I thought you knew, since I come so much. Her smile turns into a slight grin. Kate, I want to talk to Foxy too, says her friend. No, I'm sorry, lass. I didn't know, but now I do. Who's this little feller? Asks Foxy as he turns his head to Kate's friend. I'm Nico. It's nice to see you again, Foxy. Ah, you too, lass, he says, raising his hook. He hugs Nico and then Kate. I be going along now. It's showtime. Okay. Can we watch? Asks Kate. Of course. Foxy walks towards the stage until a little girl he's never seen before climbs on his arm. He tried to get her off nicely, but she wouldn't budge. His eyes looked panicked and angry at the same time. One of the managers tried to get her off too, but she thought it was just a little game. Everyone, please step back, says one of the managers. He did too, holding on to the little girl's legs, trying to get her off of Foxy. Her mom looked angry. Finally, Foxy couldn't take it anymore, and he just snapped. 1 second later, the little girl's head was in Foxy's mouth. She didn't even scream. She was paralyzed. Kate found herself running to the girl and Foxy. She helped, trying to get her out. The manager finally walked to Foxy's head since he was stuck and had no choice but to break his jaw to undo him. That caused Foxy to move his arms in pain and scratch Kate's left forearm deeply with his hook. She screamed in pain and ran to her table. Nico looked at her arm in tears and hugged her desperately. Poor Foxy. He didn't deserve this. He didn't need any of this, Kate says. Everyone, please evacuate the building as we are called upon the ambulance and deal with this difficulty with Foxy the pirate, says a voice from the speakers. Freddy, Chica, and Bunny are all staring at Foxy in disbelief and then walk backstage. What does that mean? Asked Nico. It means everyone needs to leave. Nico turns around and sees that it was Freddy. Oh, Freddy! I thought you went behind the stage with Chica and Bunny, says Kate. I did, but then I saw you two just sitting there, not knowing what to do. You must leave, Kate. The ambulance are coming to help you, so stay by the doors outside, okay? Nico, you must go home and pretend this never happened. Okay, I tell my mom and dad, says Nico. No need. This will be on the news within 20 minutes. Okay. Kate was sitting in the bed in the hospital, watching the doctors as they bandaged up her arm. They told her that it'll leave a scar for the rest of her life. She started to cry, but then the doctors told her to look on the bright side, that if she tells anyone that she was at the bite of 87, she'll have proof. They also told her that the little girl that was bitten will live, but will have permanent brain injuries and won't walk for the rest of her life. They walked out of the room, telling her that her parents would be there in 5 minutes. Once they did come, they were panicked and wouldn't stop asking her questions like, "Are you okay? What happened? You were on the news. Why?" etc. Later, she did answer them. She found out that they weren't kidding about her being on the news. It showed what the security camera showed. The little girl being beaten, and even Kate trying to save the little girl and being scratched by Foxy. Everything. She wasn't allowed to go back to that pizzeria again. Chapter 2. Kate was in high school. She just turned 17 years old. Many people asked why she never showed her arms, why she never wore short sleeves or tank tops, etc. She was one of the most shy girls in school ever since the bite of '87. Nico, however, was one of the most known. I wouldn't say the word popular, as in the really mean and grumpy popular, just well known. She tried to help Kate with her shyness, but it has never worked. She was still her best friend as always. Her only friend, in fact. "Hey, Kate, is it? Let's see those arms of yours, shall we? What's so big for us to not know about?" sends a random boy in school. "None of your business, that's what," says Kate, walking away to go home. "Oh, come on, let's see." He grabbed her arm. He started to pull her back just to see. "Let go of me," says Kate, feeling invaded. But he just kept pulling as she struggled. "I said, let go of me." She had been taking classes of karate at home. She was only a purple belt, not very experienced, but she still knew just what to do in this situation. She put her arm inside of his and grabbed his wrist, putting him in a wrist lock. He yelped in pain, begging her to let go, and she did. Then he ran away. Kate froze, realizing what she had done. What have I done? Did I just do that to an actual opponent? How could I? She thought. She ran away home, not happy about what she did. Her mother died when she was 12, and so she only lived with her dad. Kate, what's wrong? Another bully at school? Let's talk about it, he says. Oh, Dad, I can't believe it. He was trying to see my arm again, and I put him in the wrist lock. Ah, that's my girl. That's what I put you in martial arts for. How did he react to it? Did it get him away from my girl as I said it will? Dad! Okay, but did it? Dad! All right, let's hope tomorrow will be better. And maybe you can start showing your scar. Many people have them. Dad, I would. But remember years ago? Nobody believed that it came from that. So they just made fun of me and told everyone around them that I was a poser and just trying to get attention. I'm not making that mistake again. She went up to her room. That night she had a strange dream. She dreamed about Foxy and how his point of view was during the bite. Seeing herself of his attacker's arms trying to get her off. She even dreamed about his thoughts. Young lass, please get off. I don't want to hurt you. Oh no, the manager! She felt terrible. She wanted to be with him right now, away from this house. She passed the pizzeria every day on her way to school and back, always looking at Pirate's Cove through the glass doors. She'd heard around school and from her parents that ever since the bite, Foxy was shut down and hidden in the cove, unable to be seen. She just hoped he was okay. In the morning there was no school, so she just went for a walk, since she didn't have anything else to do. She does it every other day, passing the pizzeria as always. But today, she noticed something new. A paper sitting on the front window with birch letters saying, "Need security guard, 5 nights, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Kate remembered that she has needed a job for weeks. Being a security guard shouldn't be too hard. Nobody had signed their names in the box yet, so she was the first. She wrote her name down in the box, Kate Heston. She'd hoped it was readable. She didn't have the best handwriting. When she got home, she told her dad about the security job. He wasn't so sure about it. "I don't know, Kate. I've been watching the news a lot lately, and the past couple weeks have had people going missing there. The security guards. What you just signed up to be. Also, your mother and I forbid you to go there ever again, didn't we?" "Yes, but Mom's, you get what I mean. And that was when I was 10. Now I'm old enough to keep track of myself. Besides, you've always told me to rely on my martial arts. I think I'll be fine." Her father sighed. "You're just like your mother when it comes to persuasions. Okay, but if anything goes wrong, or you don't like the job, feel free to quit. You hear?" She nodded. "Yes!" Chapter 3. Kate went to check the mail and saw one said on the front the name of the pizzeria, Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria. She got excited and rushed inside to open it. The text said, "Kate Heston, we accept your security guard wanting. We hope that you enjoy the job and follow instructions very carefully, or things can lead to serious injury or death. We will be giving you a helper who calls you every night for advice. He will tell you everything you need to know about the job. Your new boss, Freddy." She stared at the letter for a few minutes. She wasn't sure if she should be frightened or excited. She remembered her dad's words. "If you are frightened or don't like the job, remember that it's fine with me if you quit. She can try at least one night. Maybe she can visit Foxy, see if he really is shut down or not. Okay, one night. Let's do this." She told her father about the letter, and he agreed to try one night. He's worried. She could tell in his eyes, but she assured him that she'll be fine. She went inside the pizzeria. It was 1:30. She wanted some time to give herself a tour of the place and see the animatronics. And by animatronics, she meant Foxy. The place hadn't changed a bit, not at all. She looked upstage and saw Chica holding some pizza. Freddy and Bonnie weren't up there. Maybe they were backstage? She went to the office and set her stuff down. Afterwards, she just sat for a few minutes. Chica's POV. Chica was coming out of the kitchen with a piece of pizza. She saw a teenage girl walking towards the pizzeria with blonde hair, blue jeans, and a violet long-sleeved shirt on. She was holding a blue backpack and had dark blue Nike tennis shoes on. She rushed to the stage and held still as she was supposed to whenever someone passed by or came in or the place was closed. The teenage girl had keys for the pizzeria and came inside. Chica was confused of who she was or what she was doing here. But then she saw the face. Blue eyes, medium-sized nose, and a narrow face. It looked so familiar. Then she saw her pull up her sleeves. She couldn't blame her. The pizzeria was usually a little hot. Finally, she saw it. The scar from the bite. Chica's eyes widened. She watched the girl as she circled around the room, examining it. Then she looked at Chica and stopped. After a second, she went towards the office. When she knew she was gone, Chica finally moved and went backstage with Bonnie and Freddy. They looked at her. "What's up?" says Bonnie. "The girl, the one that Foxy scratched. She's here. She's working as the night guard," she replies. "I'll go tell the fox," says Freddy. "His name is Foxy. He has a name," says Chica. She watched Freddy out of the room. Why? Why is she back? We haven't seen Kate since then," says Bonnie. "I don't know, Bonnie." Foxy's POV. It was dark and dusty in Pirate's Cove, but he was used to it. He pretended to be shut down for 7 years. He felt terrible for what he's done. It was all he could think about. Every day he peeked out of the curtains just enough so he could see the blonde girl, Kate, walking home from school with her friend Nico. He missed her around. He heard footsteps. He knew those footsteps. It was Freddy. Freddy poked his head through the curtain. "The girl, the one you scratched, she's back. She's the night guard," he says. Foxy's eyes widen. Could she really? Why? He couldn't think. After all this time, why now? Kate's POV. Kate got up and went toward Pirate's Cove where she had her last 10 minutes before 12. When she got there, she hesitated. She lifted her arm up but couldn't open the curtain. But when she did, there he was, the red pirate fox that she knew and missed. Only she gasped and tried to keep in tears when she saw he was ripped up in the chest and his lower legs were only metal sticks. What happened to him? "Foxy?" she said. "Hi! How are you?" She waited for an answer, but he didn't even move. "I know you didn't mean to do it. What happened that day? I know the girl was just bothering you. She pushed you to do it. It's not your fault. I just wanted you to know, and that I missed you," she said. Then she walked away to backstage. She looked in the room and saw Chica, Freddy, and Bonnie. She stopped. They stopped talking and turned their heads toward her. Freddy moved his eyes so that he saw Kate's scar, and he stiffened. Bonnie looked like he was gaining a small grin and started walking to Kate and gave her a hug. Kate was shocked. She didn't expect this. "Kate, it's so nice to see you again," he said. Then she hugged him back. "You too, Bonnie. How did you remember me?" She looked at the others. "We always remember our kids, especially ones that were in big actions," said Chica, who gave her a hug as well. Freddy just sat there and turned his head away, looking at the floor. Kate walked up to him and gave him a hug too. "Hello, Freddy. If you hadn't told me to stay for the ambulance, I wouldn't be here. Thank you." She stopped and realized he smiled. He smelled. They all did, like they were rotting. "You have to go to the office. Quick. You shouldn't have even got this job. This is dangerous," said Freddy. "The lass doesn't have to if she doesn't want to," said a voice Kate knew and missed anywhere. She turned around and saw Foxy. She gasped and hugged him tightly. He hugged her back. "Ah, don't worry. We won't hurt you." "Why would you?" "You'll hear it in the phone." "Oh, is it about the missing security guards?" "Yeah." Chapter 4. Kate was sitting in the office chair listening to the phone. He sent things like the animatronics stuffing you in a suit because they mistake you for an endoskeleton. Also that you have to conserve power. Foxy was standing beside her listening as well. He obviously didn't like to hear it. "But why aren't you doing that now? To me?" asked Kate. Because we know we aren't our killer. Also, we know you from childhood," he says. What does she mean by killer? Then she grabbed the little tablet that the boss, Freddy, provided for her. It showed the cameras that she didn't need to use right now, and then it had a save them minigame and other ones. Now she knows. "Come with me, Kate. But you can't tell anyone that we aren't working, since we don't usually do this. Keep this secret." She followed Foxy to the Pirate's Cove. They both went inside. But she brought a flashlight with her because she knew it was so dark. She felt safe around Foxy. She loved being around him. "So, why didn't you answer me earlier when I say hi?" she asked. "I don't know, lass. I just couldn't." She hugged Foxy in happiness of seeing him again. He hugged her back, tightly as if he was to protect her from something. "Why did you take me in here, Foxy?" "Just to be in a private area with my favorite child." She looked up at him and saw him looking down at her with a smile across his face. She liked to see him happy. Who knows how long it took him to smile again after the bite? It took her about a month or so, but he's the one that caused it, which must have made it take even longer. She'd be surprised if it didn't. She thought about how it must have been, hiding in here, pretending he was shut down, unable to come out or anything. Just sit there and sew nothing in the dark Pirate's Cove. It must have been terrible. She'd been bullied and shy at school ever since, so her life has been terrible too. She'd imagined how the girl that was Baron's life has been like. Unable to walk, so she has to ride a wheelchair, a bandage on her head for around a month, and stitches on her head for the rest of her life. It must be the worst life of all. But then, why does it feel like Foxy's will be the worst? "Foxy," she says after a few minutes of thinking and silence. Foxy looks down at her confused. "Yes, Kate?" "I've been thinking, how has it been sitting in here every day with nothing to do and unable to be seen?" "It's been awful. All I can do is think. You know, I've been meaning to tell you something, Kate." "And what might that be?" "I've been looking out of this here curtain every day at you walking by. From school, walking home. I've seen sometimes you're looking back at me. I'm not sure if you see me, but I know I see you." Kate was shocked. Many times when she looks at Pirate's Cove, sometimes she feels like something is looking back at her. She didn't know that. She didn't know why, but now she does. It was Foxy all along. She just didn't see it. "Foxy, I've always felt like something or someone was looking at me when I look at you." Foxy's ears pricked up, and he wagged his tail a little. Kate looked at her scar and then at Foxy. Foxy saw her do so, and he felt awful in his chest. His ears lowered. "I didn't mean to, you know," he says, looking at the scar. "Didn't mean to what?" "What happened that day. You were right earlier about the last. I didn't even realize what I'd be doing until I had done it. I'm sorry." Foxy sounded like he did a small whine. Either that was from his voice box, or something was creaking in his endoskeleton. "I know. What made all this come up?" "I saw you, looking at your arm." Then there was a loud noise in the kitchen. Kate got up and went to look at what happened. Foxy followed. When they were in the doorway of the kitchen, there was Chica with a couple pans on her, one on her head and one in her lap. "Ow!" she said. "Chica, what happened?" asked Kate. "I was grabbing a pan so I could make pizza sauce, and another one landed on my head. It hurt." Kate grabbed the pan on her head and put it back in the cabinet where it belonged. "Thanks." Foxy's POV. Foxy was looking at Kate in sadness of what he did to her childhood. But then the loud noise came along from the kitchen. He knew it must have been Chica trying to grab a pan again. When Kate left to go check it out, Foxy hesitated to follow. He had a small pain in his chest that came. He got it whenever he was thinking about or saw Kate. He didn't know why, but when he felt the pain, he would look in the big gap that showed his endoskeleton in his chest to see if there were any loose bolts or wires. He was confused when he saw nothing wrong. Then he followed Kate to the kitchen, and sure enough, it was what he assumed. Chica was sitting there on the floor with two pans, one on her head. He sat there and watched Kate help Chica for a little while, and then he just walked away back to the cove. Kate's POV. After helping Chica, Kate went backstage to see the rest. Only Freddy was back there. She thought maybe Bonnie would be in the mechanical room. "Hi, Freddy. What you doing?" she asked. He was just standing there with his microphone, although he was doing something to the bottom of it. "I'm fixing my microphone. Bonnie got mad and threw it at the floor. It's not like him, but it's not that bad. When he's mad, he's only mad for a few minutes. My microphone is fine. 2 of the batteries fell out of it. I'm just putting them back in." "Oh, what's he mad about?" "I called him a rotten purple bunny because he was bothering me, being his weird little self." "Why does your mic need batteries? Can't you just plug in into a speaker?" "This one needs batteries, and it doesn't plug into a speaker. It does it on its own, with some kind of connection." "Wow, assuming this place is older, I wouldn't think it does that like most other places." "Well, this place needs to keep up with the generation in some way." Kate walked out of the room and went to see Bonnie. He was sitting in the spare Freddy head corner on the floor. "Hey!" he yelled. "Hi, what's up?" "Well, Freddy probably already told you, but he called me a rotten purple bunny. I don't like being called names. It's not too bad, really. Kate walked up to him and sat down beside him. He gave her a hug. It really is great to have you back. It's been a little lonely without you. I wish your dad didn't forbid you to come. Why did he let you this time? He says I need a job, and I found this. I thought it would be nice to be back, and that being a security guard wouldn't be so bad. And he trusted me with at least one night to see if I liked it. It must be nice to be back, especially if we're not hunting you down like the phone guy says we would. We do, but we know you aren't our killer. Also, you're unforgettable. Do you like the job? Yes! Chapter 5. Last night was great as a security guard. The best part was nobody knew she wasn't even doing her job. Well, she was doing her job in a way, watching the animatronics and making sure nothing got in the pizzeria. But you know what I mean. She went back to school, and the day was like any other. She was wearing her long-sleeved shirt, Nico was having fun, and people still looked at her and asked about her sleeves. I couldn't blame that either. She wore long sleeves on 97-degree sunny days. So, Kate, you still want some advice on being social? Asked Nico during lunch. She was eating nachos, while Kate was eating her pizza. I never did want any advice. I'm just fine. It's you that keeps trying to get me to be more social. I'm fine, besides. I gave a random kid a wrist lock the other day. He's in our grade, but I don't know his name. I know. Everyone in the school knows. The kid was Mike Smith. You must have felt so sorry for him when you did that. You have no idea. I just wish I could do it all over again. Then get off your butt and go say sorry. It's that simple. I can't. What if people see me talking to somebody other than my friend? You talk to the teachers all the time, and me. What's the difference? Go! She pushed Kate toward Mike, and Kate stumbled on the floor. Whoa, you alright? Hey, I'm sorry about the other day. I'm just curious, he says, helping her up. She didn't know if she should say something or not. She hesitated. Well, maybe you should ask next time. I came over here to apologize, she said. She couldn't believe she was doing this. She was stiff and couldn't move. About what? The attack? It's cool. It's good you have some kind of defense for yourself. So, she does talk, says one of his friends. Of course she does. She's only a girl, just a little more shy than most. Thank you, she says. No problem. By the way, aren't you working as a security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? How was last night? Oh, that... It... She had to lie. She had to. It was terrifying, but I'm good. I'm going another night. That's cool. Maybe I should try it. Maybe. But the animatronics don't know him. Who knows what will happen? She just have to warn them. She walked away and sat down at Nico's table again. So, how was it? Did you face your fears? She says. It was okay. He wants to be a security guard like me. You're a security guard? Where at? The pizzeria. That's great. How's Freddy? He's good, but Foxy, not so much. Forget about him. He hurt you. I want to know about Freddy. He's the same as always, singing songs and remembers me. And you. Great! She got back to the pizzeria and put her stuff in the office again. She went straight to Pirate Cove and saw Foxy. Right away, he gave her a huge fox hug. It was seriously unexpected. "Kate, you're back!" He hugged her desperately. "Of course I am. Can't breathe." He loosened up a bit so she could breathe. "I missed you. How was school?" His ears pricked up and he made a big smile on his face. He still was working hard. She told him about school, and now Mike Smith is planning to be the next security guard. She also told him about her friend Nico and how she wants to see Freddy and just visit sometime. "It's fine with me if the last comes, but you must tell the others," says Foxy. They both went backstage, and they all said it was all right. But Kate still has to call her boss, Freddy, and Scott, the phone guy. "It's fine with me if she comes. For one night," boss Freddy says. "If it's okay with Freddy, it's fine with me," says Scott. "That's great. Now she can bring Nico to see Freddy, so she can shut up about him." She went back to Foxy, who was staring at the door with an evil glare, as if there was something there that she couldn't see. It was almost scary. "Foxy, Foxy, you okay? Did the door attack you?" She giggled a little. "What?" "Oh, no, lass. I just think there'd be something by the doors outside." Kate walked to the doors and turned her head. She couldn't believe her eyes. Well, guys, that's all for now. If you guys want to see more, just subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you know when I'll post the next part. Until next time, my sweeties. Peace.